All right, let's get into this. I want to tell you a story. It's about a connection I made in a country that honestly felt like a second home to me, and, well, how it basically turned my entire world upside down. This is the story of how I met her.
But before we start at the very beginning, you need to understand this one moment. These words right here. I actually said these to her over the phone. It was this confession that I kind of forced out, and I had absolutely no idea it was about to change everything.
So it all really kicked off about 3 years before that phone call. Picture it. The year is 2005. I'm a university student, and I'm on, my 15th, maybe 16th trip to this country where I was studying the language. So, I was comfortable there. But I really had no clue what was waiting for me this time around.
Now, I'd actually met Anna once before, just briefly, but this time, something was just different. We sat down to eat and it felt like hours just flew by in minutes. We just talked. And for the very first time, I felt like we really, truly connected.
You know what was so wild about it? It was the person I became when I was with her. See, back home in Japan, I'm pretty reserved, quiet. But with Anna, I was bold, I was talkative. I was just wrapped up in this strange, totally liberating feeling of being someone else, someone other than myself.
And it all started so simply. We were just talking about some movie that I liked, and she just said it, totally out of the blue, with this completely natural smile on her face, and just like that, boom, we were off to the movies.
But then came the trip where everything just hit warp speed. This was the flight into the unknown, the one that led to a moment I never, ever could have seen coming.
So, it's my last night there, I'm back in my hotel, and I give her a call. The whole conversation takes this sharp turn when she just asks, "Why can't we talk like this every day?" I couldn't stop myself. I admitted I was scared of falling for her. Her response, though, it was so cryptic and cold. "I see, so that's the kind of person you are." It left me completely stunned.
After I hung up, I was just left with this huge, overwhelming question, and this feeling of having zero control. I knew things couldn't stay the way they were, but I had no idea what to do next. It felt like all I could do was wait.
The next day, I'm getting on the plane, right? Ready to go home. I turn back to check my seat number, and my heart just stops. It was her. It was Anna, on my flight. She saw me, and she just smiled. When we landed in Tokyo, the city that I called home, it suddenly felt like this place of just profound uncertainty. I didn't know it yet, but the real test was literally just beginning.
We grabbed a taxi from the airport. She gives the driver an address for a hotel, tells me the room number, and then she says this, with this little amused laugh, "A test." Then she just waves, turns around, and walks off towards the subway, leaving me standing there totally and completely bewildered.
A test. That word just kept echoing in my head. What was she testing? My feelings? My courage? My head was just spinning with anxiety, trying to figure out what in the world I was supposed to do. Alone in that room, man, I was a total wreck. I was pacing back and forth. My hands were literally trembling. I was questioning everything. Did I really feel this way about her, or was I just scared? And I finally had to just tell myself, it's okay. You just have to talk to her.
And then she was at my door. We had this conversation that was just filled with tears and some really painful truths. She said that if we stayed just friends, we'd regret it. But then she left. She just left a photograph and the word goodbye. And it felt like it went straight through my chest.
But it wasn't over. A few days later, we met again. We walked in a park. We even had our first kiss. And it felt like a real breakthrough. But right after that incredible high, this agonizing silence began.
Monday, I called. No answer. Tuesday, I tried from a payphone, thinking maybe, just maybe, she was screening my number. Still nothing. By Wednesday, I was calling constantly. Every single day that passed without hearing her voice felt like an eternity. That silence, it was just deafening.
Then, out of nowhere, a call. But it was the last thing I wanted to hear. She told me we shouldn't see each other anymore, that I should just forget her. I was so completely shocked, I hung up the phone. I didn't know what else to do. For a whole other week after that call, I was in a complete daze. I just couldn't accept it. I started looking for her, going to her apartment, her work.
but it was all just dead ends. She had just vanished.
My desperation was just overwhelming. It was like all the color had been sucked out of the world. Everything was just gray and muted. I honestly truly felt like I was losing my mind. And then, just when I had lost pretty much all hope, when I was at my absolute lowest point, a single, completely unexpected phone call brought me back from the brink. It was her friend, Natsuka. She'd found me somehow, and she asked me this one simple, direct question. What does Anna mean to you? And it was hard to find the words, but I just told her the honest truth, right from my heart, that I loved her. And you know what? That was enough.
Natsuka led me straight to Anna, back at that same park. And when we finally left, holding hands, and we stepped into the chaos of the bustling subway, everything just shifted. We went from being in the quiet dream of our own little world to just being two people, out in the real world, together. It was like waking up into a reality that was somehow even better than the dream.